to another Chateau de Bruges video. It was really nice last week to see all the supportive comments, and it was lovely to see all of our returning viewers, so thank you very much. A special thank you to John Sinclair, who's not only given to us once before, but many times now, and he's also really helpful with other Chateau YouTubes, so thank you very much, John.
We want to continue to dedicate as much as we can to our YouTube channel, and for that reason we've taken the decision to invest in some new equipment, especially for the YouTube channel. More on that later, but it's because of you guys supporting the channel and watching the channel from home that we've been able to do that. So thanks very much.
With the last few dribs and drabs of guests this week, and also up until the end of October, there were a few pauses in the renovation video, but we hope you're going to really enjoy what we've served up for you this week. So if you do, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Enjoy the video!
Okay, so very recently we've been to the Troc in Montluçon to find the last furniture pieces for bedroom 4. Now we were specifically looking for a sink dresser, and we were specifically looking for a buffet for the wall next to the door and the bathroom, because it looks quite empty and we want to make it look really nice. So I have these two pieces here that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to explain exactly why we chose these specific pieces. Now, my original design for the room was to be what I think is called Louis XVI style. So that is this kind of leg, okay? So it's got like what I interpret as like a pin foot with the lined grooves. I really liked that as the style and design, so I wanted to incorporate that into this room. And I was very, very lucky, because they're really hard to find two pieces that match that style. So what we've decided to do, to stick with our white and gold theme, we've then painted majority of the furniture white, and we've highlighted some parts that I think would be really pretty, similar to the bed in bedroom 4 as well. Highlighted the grooves in gold. So I'm hoping that they are going to be really good in the room, and I'm going to show you the other buffet as well. So this is obviously before the buffet is finished and painted, but we've started to spray paint the grooves and some of the metal parts in gold, as well as the feet being sprayed gold. Now I don't think we're going to keep all of the foot gold, because I think it's a bit too much gold at that point, so we may end up painting some parts white. But again, it'll be very similar to the sink dresser. Most of it will be white with these highlighted brass metal accents, and then the gold cutouts as well. So I'm hoping my vision in my head matches reality when it's done. So we will show you when we finish. Look. Oh, someone smells.
So we're using some more of our tried, tested and loved Annie Sloan paint for the buffet and sink dresser. We found the best way is to give a few coats to your edges and corners before giving the larger surfaces a go with the mini roller. That way you can then roll out any brush marks we created in the corners. For this dark shiny wood, we found that 3 coats was best, but the best thing about this paint is that your surfaces need absolutely no prep, and as Mum would say, you can just slap it on and hope for the best.
Okay, so we found, I've ordered some candle sleeves for the chandelier, and we've sprayed them to match the gold in the room. Thank you. So we're going to see what they look like. Can I turn this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to do one less. That one's got a different width.
It's just got some plastic bits there, maybe 2 little plastic bits at the top. You push them in while you're
Okay. Thank you.
That's why you're here, Graham.
Yeah. If we go into school now.
Well, I think the colour matches very well. Let's see if they're a good height.
See if the bulb goes in.
See if the bulb goes in.
Do a quick tap.
Hey! The bulb man's a bit slow.
Alright, let's have a go.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
I'll save you the slow motion replay.
That's nice and bright. Just need some crystals now, Anders. Hello, okay, so we are now into the salon. As you can see, we've already started to cover and move some of the furniture, so it's a nice empty-ish room for us to start redecorating. Now we're in here because we are finishing off a couple of bits in bedroom 4, and we're waiting for a couple of bits to arrive as well, so we thought rather than waiting, we'd move on to our next room, okay. So with this room, we are going to stay fairly neutral, fairly similar to what we have already. So the plan is to have a paint colour match from the walls that's then going to go onto the ceiling, and we're going to keep a similar colour for the woodwork, so like a cappuccino-y colour, nice and neutral, so that when we have some nice new sofas in here, it's going to feel like a really nice warm space, and very similar to how we found it. So you might also notice, and you may have seen on our previous videos, that this wall's a bit different. This room is a bit different because it has fabric wool. So that's something we haven't come across yet, and we're going to have to figure out how to clean it. Now, if any of you guys out there know how to clean material walls, we would be really appreciative for any advice and tips, because at the minute, we only are thinking about wall steamer to clean it, or maybe those little Karcher sofa cleaner things, but we don't know, so we'll need a little bit of your help essentially. Other than that, I think today, now that we've moved all the furniture, we're going to start by sanding and filling some of the holes, just doing a lot of the prep work before we can start to paint. So yeah, let's see how this room goes. And I'm just starting by scraping off some of the really loose flaky paint and plaster, mainly around the windows, so there's not too much, and it's coming off quite nicely, and hopefully that'll just be filled and it'll all be good to go.
As we've done in all the bedrooms so far, we're removing the metalwork around the window to strip the paint and restore them back to their natural metal look. Those of you who have seen how we did this in the bedrooms will know that they look amazing afterwards. The woodwork is in pretty good condition already, but it is recommended that the woodwork have a light sand to help the paint to adhere to the surface. Danielle got to use the little Bosch hand sander, and me, well, I got to use the bigger one. Okay, so we're back in the King Charles ensuite, and that is because we have just taken delivery of the plug, which is going to go in the sink, which means we can add the trap, which means we can finish the waste, which means we can connect the taps, which means hopefully the sink will be finished in about an hour's time, depending on how easy the job is for me. So yeah, a bit of drilling to do, a few holes to make, a bit of mess to make, but yeah, let's get going. Oh, this is blunt. While I'm attempting to drill through the back of the cabinet with what is effectively a plastic spoon, let's check in with Dad. Yep, still drilling. It's really blunt. Let's go back to Dad. You guessed it.
Too blunt.
It's really blunt.
Oh, that's really blunt.
Dad now with trip 2. First one was blunt, so I've got one of my ones that's got much less use, so it's less blunt. Much better. And a long time later, 2 holes. But what's better than 2 holes? Well, 3 holes of course. So for those of you eagle-eyed viewers, you would have noticed a costume change, and that is because late yesterday we had a last-minute reservation for a room in the chateau, so we had to get out of our renovation clothes and get our guest caps on, ready for their arrival. That did also offer us the opportunity to go and collect a new piece of equipment for the YouTube channel, which I'm going to show you a clip of now. So myself and Danielle are in Montluçon. It's a big day for the YouTube channel, and that is because we are upgrading our camera and our microphone for the channel. We've currently been using our phones, so a mixture of iPhones and Androids, or and that's made it increasingly difficult to download everything off the phones, upload it to the cloud, then download it from the cloud on the laptop. It just causes an absolute nightmare for editing the videos. So we've upgraded and we've bought a new camera, which we're about to go and collect, and we've also upgraded a couple of things for the audio as well. So fingers crossed you guys at home will notice a big change in quality, and we can improve our videos even more for you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Go for it.
Wow, that was exciting. Feels like Christmas has come early. But we have a few of the bits that we've ordered. We're still waiting for a couple more bits to be delivered to the chateau. But as you can see, we've got the Rode over camera microphone, so hopefully you guys will hear us even crisper than before. I've also got a nice handle for the camera so you can hold it nice and easily. It's not a gimbal, but the camera, which I'll show you in a minute, has got a self-leveling mechanism in it anyway, so it should mean that the footage is still nice and steady and nice and smooth. And then the camera box, we have the spare battery, the battery charger, but the most important thing is, of course, the camera itself, which is made for vlogging. So we're excited to get that home and try that out, and yeah, maybe I'll show you around the camera when we get home.
Can we see it now?
Okay, if I must. More tape.
Oh.
Ready?
Ooh. How does it feel?
Feels good. It feels nice. And it feels weighty, which is good. And I don't know if you can make out at the top of the camera there, Danielle, but that says 4K. So hopefully you'll be able to see me even crisper than you can right now. Okay, now that we're back in here, you've probably already clocked that we are now using the new camera. So hopefully you're seeing me much clearer, hopefully you're hearing me much clearer, and hopefully it's going to continue to improve your YouTube viewing experience. With that being said, enough waffling, we need to crack on with this. So Danielle, let's go. No, I can't see any way of doing it. I think we're going to have to ask. Dad, do you mind coming to give us a hand?
Okay, son, I'm on my way. I'm here. What do you need?
What on earth are you wearing all that for? All I need is you to help me lift the dresser up.
So a guy goes into a bar and he sits down at the bar and he takes out a tiny little man out of his pocket, puts it on the bar, takes out a tiny piano and puts that on the bar, and the little man starts playing. And the barman says, wow, that's amazing, where'd you get him? And he says, oh, well, there's a genie outside, if you're quick he might still be there. So the barman runs outside, a few minutes later comes in and he's followed by thousands and thousands of ducks. And the barman says, you didn't tell me he was hard of hearing, I asked for $1 million. And the guy at the bar says, well, you don't think I asked for a 12-inch pianist, do you?
Terrible.